Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All human beings have more or less the same natural desires, which are to have a spacious house, a nice car, a beautiful spouse, enjoy regular entertainment, eat good food, travel regularly, have a good health, and have bank savings. Basically, we are all struggling to get a comfortable life in this dunya and avoid hardship. For a Muslim, it is not enough to call himself or herself a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set up an amazing process for self-proclaimed Muslims to prove to be believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ankabut, verse 2, "Do the people think that they will be left alone on saying, 'We believe,' and that they will not be tested?" Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Bakarah, verse 155, "We will certainly test you with a touch of fear and famine and loss of property, life and crops. Give good news to those who patiently endure." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Anfal, verse 28, "And know that your wealth and your children are only a test, and that with Allah is a great reward." What we need to understand from the mentioned verses of the Quran is that only claiming to be Muslim is not enough. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will definitely test those who claim to be Muslims and need to pass those tests with patience, and there is no running away from hardship. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has tested even His prophets with serious hardships. A test is a blessing in disguise for a Muslim, because the Muslim can be assured that at least Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has considered him or her to be a candidate for becoming a believer after being tested. Around 1.8 billion people today claim to be Muslims. But logically, if there is no test, how will they be chosen to fall into the league of believers? Muslims who are being tested need to accept the fact that there is nothing called a 100% comfortable life in this dunya. So there is no point in running after a materialistic comfortable life. Now, regarding some self-proclaimed Muslims who have a very comfortable life and whose wealth and comfort is increasing day by day, I fear they are actually in a danger zone, because if these people are not being tested, that means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already decided to give them all comfort in this dunya and give them nothing in the hereafter. This is something to think about seriously. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those who are believers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.